Okay, reconstruction of heavens and earth. This is our subject right now. How God, after the judgment of the angels and the universe, the original universe that was shaken, the result is described in Genesis 1 2. The earth was without form and void, and the earth was never created to be without form, neither void. And darkness was on the face of the deep. Wow. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. So, based on this result, now we will see the reconstruction of heavens, plural, and earth. So, first day, Genesis 1 3 to 5. Then God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, and it was good. So everything that God does is good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. And pay attention, the evening and the morning. So God created light outside of Himself because He is light. And now He creates the element light outside of Himself. Why? Because He's now is going to be out of the universe, dwelling in the third heaven. So God starts reconstructing the universe without His majestic and glorious presence. And then pay attention, the day is divided in evening and morning, or night and day. The day, according to the Bible, starts at the sundown, 6 p.m., around 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. is night, is darkness. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is light, is day. Amen? So that's the first point of the creation. Let's go to the second day, but before that, let's look at Isaiah 60. Isaiah 60 verse 19 shows us something interesting that is going to happen in the new heavens and new earth. The sun shall no longer be your light by day. This is the final creation, okay, or step into eternity, or new heavens and new earth. Nor for brightness shall the moon give light to you, but the Lord will be to you an everlasting light, and your God your glory. So that tells me that before this moment, God was the light of the universe, and after all these ages, when we step into what I say eternal state, eternity, or the new heavens and new earth with God, God will be the light again. So there is no need for sun, there is no need for moon, there is no need for anything, okay? Not even the seas, because there shall be no seas on the new earth. Second day, Genesis 1 6 to 8. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament." Firmament. Keep this word, very important. Firmament. In the midst of the waters, very important, waters, element of heaven. And let it divide the waters from the waters. Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. What a revelation! And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. On the second day, God creates the element of division between the indwelling, God's indwelling place, which is the third heaven, to the visible universe, which is second heaven, first heaven, and earth. And the firmament is like a solid thing, but it's a mirror because you cannot see beyond, and it reflects the other stars and galaxies and planets. So God created the firmament, and then an element from the heaven, which is water. And this we need to look at Psalms. So let's go to Psalms 29, and on verse 3 says, the voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders. The Lord is over many waters. Let me tell you, the throne of God is upon the flood, upon the waters. Though that water is the water that came down to fill the earth. Verse 10 says, the Lord sat enthroned at the flood, and the Lord sits as king forever. Oh my God. And Job 37:18 says, with him have you spread out the skies. But the word here is not skies, the word here is firmament. Is strong as a cast metal mirror. So digging in the word, you can understand the reconstructions of heaven and earth. But the two important things, or three important things so far: light outside God. Second, firmaments separating God indwelling place and the visible universe. Very important. Third thing, waters that came out of heaven. An element of heaven, waters. And God separate the waters above the firmament that stay in the third heaven, and waters below the firmament that will all move to the earth. Let's see it. Third day. Genesis 1:9 and 10. Then God said, let the waters under the heavens, or under the firmament, be gathered together into one place, which is earth. And let the dry land appear. And there was one continent, and the rest was seas. So that was the second, not the original, because the original earth was mineral. Now is the second arrangement for the earth, which has one continent. Here in the United States we call Pangaea, one continent, and the seas. So all the waters came down and accumulated in one place. That was the design from God. And that's why you're not supposed to expect sea life outside the earth, because the water came to one place. So life like we have that require waters, only here. Angelical activity with a lot of visible thing, oh yes, all over the universe. Okay. And it was so. The dry land appeared. Verse 10, and God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth. And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind. Pay attention to the word according to its kind, all specialized. There is no need for evolution. There was no evolution at whatsoever. And the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and morning were the third day. And pay attention, God create everything with specialization. Is with species. So species, you have apple, you have pear, you have banana, and you have all sorts of vegetables and grains to feed the animals and to feed the man. So there was no death, so there was no predator, there was no animal attacking other animals. Fourth day, Genesis 1:14. Then God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of heavens to give light on the earth. And it was so. So now God created the sun, the moon, the stars, and the lights, and you see the movement. Now it's all, it is defined with the movements of rotation and translation, and all around the sun, and the moon around the earth, and the planets around the sun, and everything is moving and is very stable, very solid foundation defined by God, and has been so for 6,000 years or around that. Can be a little bit more, but not much more than 1,000 years. 7,000. The life of man will be total 7,000, and the angels, I don't know how long it lasted, with the God and with the angels, but not much more than, centuries or 1,000 years, a millennium, an extra millennium, probably not. So then God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. This is verse 16. And he made the stars also. God set them in the firmament of heavens to give light on the earth. It is almost like the firmament or the heavens. It is a very thick thing that contains everything. It is extraordinary. Okay? And that was the fourth day, evening and morning of the fourth day. So let's go to the fifth day. Genesis 1:20. Then God said, let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of heaven. So God created great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded according to their kind. According to their kind, pay attention. And every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply. You see, now there is a process of be fruitful and multiply for this new creation. Multiply. And this has been so. God set it in automatic mode and has been so. Okay, birds multiplying, the fish multiplying, and that was the fifth day. And now we come to the sixth day, the last day of God's work. And you may ask, is this a day or a millennium? To me, personally, is a day, is literal, is a day of 24 hours. But you can consider something else. For God, one day is like 1,000 years, 1,000 years like a day, and I don't see any problem with God creating this thing like that. Bang. So that is the reality, and that's the truth. Now verse 24, this is the sixth day. Then God said, let the earth bring forth a living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth, each according to its kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind. It's always according to its kind. It was very specialized. And everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And now the top moment, verse 26, Genesis 1:26. Then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Is the only creature created according to the image and likeness of God. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, over the cattle, over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. The image of God he created, male and female he created them, male and female, man and woman, the great creations of God, and gave the man dominion. Whatever happens on earth is consequence of man's decision. God gave dominion, and that dominion means you do what you think is appropriate to do, and I'm going to be supportive to you. I'm giving you the freedom, but I'm also giving you capacity. It is the only being created God's image. Trinity, spirit, body, and soul. So that is the conclusion of the reconstruction of heavens and earth. And I want you to hold to this very truth and understand the goal, the objective of God having a creature that reflects his image and his likeness on earth. God bless you.